Good day, everyone. My name is PR2-Bicada, a member of Group 1. So, our research title is all about perceptions and ROTC implementation among senior high school students in Niawa National High School. Chapter 1, The Problem and its Scope. This chapter elaborates significant parts of the first chapter, specifically rationale, theoretical framework, statement of the problem, hypothesis, scope, and limitations, significance of the study, and last, the definition of terms. So, our rationale is a long-running territorial dispute over the Spratly Islands, a collection of 7,500 islands and reefs that several nations have claimed as their own, has led to the confrontation between China and the Philippines in the Western Philippine Sea, also known as the South China Sea. In the Philippines, the Reserve Officers Training Corps, or ROTC, is one of the three components of the National Service Training Program, a civic education and defense preparedness program for Filipino college students. The goal of ROTC is to prepare students for military services. The Reserve Officers Training Corps is a program established under Sections 38 and 39 of Republic Act number 7077 to provide military training to tertiary level students in order to motivate, train, organize, and mobilize them for national defense preparedness according to NSTP Act. Our theoretical framework. Factors that influence to join mandatory ROTC. Advantage, Advantages and disadvantages of the implementation of ROTC. Study habits of respondents, significance of implementation of ROTC among senior high school students. Analysis of data through A. Questionnaires, B. Informal interviews, and C. Statistical treatment. Implementation of ROTC among a senior high school students. Improve role of senior high school students, perception on ROTC, profile and roles of senior high school students are determined. Figure 1, sample IPO model perception on ROTC implementation among senior high school students in Iowa National High School. In this study, the researchers used the input, process, and output model to show how the instruments were planned, input, and how the research was carried out, process, in order to formulate results, and that is the output. In this research, the input process included the development of research problems that were relevant to the phenomena. Answering questions would aid researchers in establishing the relationship between the phenomena. Statement of the problem. The purpose of this study is to find out the different perceptions of the senior high school learners of the mandatory ROTC in Iowa National High School for this coming year. It also aims of knowing the advantages and disadvantages of the implementation. Specifically, the study sought to answer the following sub-problems. 1. What are the profile of the learners as? 2. 1. Age, 2. Gender, and 3. Grade level, strand, or track. Number 2. What are the perceptions of the senior high school learners on the ROTC implementation? And our hypothesis, this study is focused on the ROTC implementation and the effect it has towards senior high school students which belong on the grades 11 and 12, and there are reasons of the implementation which are due to how the ROTC supports heavily on patriotism. It is obvious that they are ordered by the government to form programs to let teenagers for their future required assistance of joining military conflicts in the future and to promote patriotism in our country. Scope and limitations. The purpose of the study is to evaluate the perception and information of senior high school students about the ROTC, or Reserve Officers Training Corps, and the effects on academic achievement. Only students in grade 11 and 12 are covered on this study. Significance of the study. Pupils. As the center of educational system, students will gain from this study if their teachers improve their knowledge, and expertise regarding the implementation of mandatory ROTC. Students will undoubtedly acquire the expected competencies they need to learn about mandatory ROTC. Facilitators. This will give the platform for teachers to reflect on their knowledge, attitudes, and actions toward the implementation of mandatory ROTC. School administrators. This will serve school administrators insight about the value of implementing the ROTC to improve students' work performance. And it will act as a foundation for the creation of programs that will improve the understanding, outlook, and conduct of educators and students towards the application of the ROTC. Parents, this will educate them more aware of the benefits of morals, discipline, extracurricular skills, and patriotism in the application of ROTC to everyday life. Parents, this will educate them more aware of the benefits of morals, discipline, extracurricular skills, and patriotism in the application of ROTC to everyday life. Future researchers. This research will assist future researchers in being aware of and informed about the procedures used in the round drug manufacturing sector. Definition of terms. The study must include the following terms as the basis of how each one implements this timely role in order to let the readers understand. ROTC or Reserve Officer Training Corps is a program on numerous schools across the country that involves of military teaching through training, interviews, and physical training. Mandatory is also the call on the electors of an individual or country holding the order. Reservists is a member of the Military Reserve Force. Reserve Force is a military organization made up of a country citizen that combines a military position or profession with a civilian career. These are not often kept under arms, and their primary purpose is to fight if a country mobilizes for the entire war or to defend against an assault. Chapter 2. Background of the study. Theoretical background. The basic ROTC program will include this basic military training to motivate, train, organize, and utilize students for national defense, preparedness, or civil military operations. The bill provides, however, that no student below the age of 18 shall take direct part on hostilities. Win Gatchalian clarified. The program, he said, also includes civic training and preparedness during actual disaster response operations that would enhance the capacity of the nation to produce the needed manpower and expand its human resources in times of war, calamities, and disasters, emergencies, and in support of the law enforcement strategy of the government against crimes by creating a pool of trained reservists. Related theories, literature, and studies. This part presents the relevant theories, literatures, and studies that the researchers considered when determining the significance of the current study. It also includes a synthesis of the art in order to fully comprehend the research. Related theories, socio-cultural theory. This phenomenal study is anchored on a particular theory of Vygotski's socio-cultural cultural theory in 1979. Vygotsky's, which particularly known as socio-cultural theory, has become one of the foundations of this study. Identity theory. Despite the many concurrent roles we all play in life, we all create a unique sense of who we are as a person. This identity is shaped and defined by the roles we play in society and offers a personal purpose that contributes to our sense of self. Cited Stats 2009. The theory surrounding identity center on how both internal and external factors determine our unique identities as well as how belonging to different groups affects how we perceive the world. Social cultural development theories place a strong focus on non-biological environmental effects as well as the value of the learner making observations about his or her surroundings. And according to Bandura 2016, characterized this attentional process as the learner's capacity to choose qualities through perception at the age of 28. This explanation contributes in giving people distinctive actions a legitimate basis regardless of the quality of their leader. And this is our related literature. According to Defense 2023, the ROTC is a college program offered at more than 1,700 colleges and universities across the United States that prepares young adults to become officers in the U.S. military. In exchange for a paid college education and a guaranteed post-college career, participants or cadets commit, commit to serve in the military after graduation. Each service branch has its own take on ROTC. The Navy ROTC program is crucial in preparing young adults for leadership and management roles in the increasingly technical Navy since it's the single largest source of Navy officers. Related studies. According to Michael 2021, the execution of mandatory military assistance for Filipinos will assist with imparting positive energy among residents and assist them with adding to country building ambitions. When it's carried out, that there will never be a lack of fighters in our country. Should military service be required, the country would gain from having these troops who are constantly being refueled. The last chapter, chapter 3, the research methodology. This chapter elaborates methodologies the researcher will use to carry out the study, including the research design, study population, development of the research instrument, and determining its validity and reliability, data, collection techniques, and the appropriate statistical treatment of the research design. A research design that we use is a quantitative descriptive research design. This quantitative research utilizes a non-experimental design. Specifically, it employs a surveyed studies that is namely categorized to descriptive research approach. In other terms, this descriptive research design enhances the understanding of their insights, beliefs, reactions, and its significance perceptions about mandatory ROTC. A descriptive research design is a style of study that seeks for data in order to methodically characterize a phenomena, circumstance, or population. Instead of focusing on the why of the research problem, it more explicitly aids in addressing the what, when, where, and how concerns. The methodology a researcher chooses to use will depend on the study, although qualitative data is sometimes occasionally utilized for descriptive reasons. Quantitative data is employed more frequently. Research design the researchers use descriptive method in order to obtain the necessary data. And more specifically, this approach helps the researchers collect the necessary data by directing them to elicit solutions to particular issues under study via survey questionnaires. Research environment. This study will be conducted at Neowan National High School Senior High Department situated at F. Haka Street in Neowan, Cebu City, Cebu, Region 7 of Central Visayas. Was established on 1995. The Senior High School Department of Neowan High School or INHS offering quality education to the following strands: academic track, which is GAS, General Academic Strand, TVL Technological Vocational Livelihood Track, Tailoring, EMS and Event Management Services Strands, Dressmaking, and TVL ICT technological vocational livelihood track information communications technology, computer system servicing, an animation strand. Figure 2 shows the location map of INHS, and this is our location of the study, which is located in F. Haka Street in Ayawan, Cebu City. Research respondents. The grades 11 and 12 students who are currently enrolled in the Nayawan National Senior High School Department school year 2022 to 2023. Non-experimental survey studies research design is applied in this study, following a convenience sampling method when carefully selecting the respondents. Sampling method. Simple random sampling method will be used in the study. The respondents of the study will be grades 11 and 12. Students of Inayawan National High School enrolled for the academic year 2022-2023. In accordance with Thomas 2022, a simple random sample is a population subset that has been chosen at random. With this sampling technique, every person in the population has the exact same probability of getting chosen. Pedagogical approach. This research is written in the form of surveying questions, so it is inquiry based. This research implements questions and surveys students as focus on this approach. This topic has provided adequate knowledge from the respondents and readers alike. The data gathering procedure is an evidence provided for this approach, indicating its relations to it. In inquiry-based approach, the research follows its characteristics from 5 E's in the representation below. The first one engage in which the respondents or readers are in a situation. Questions are not available but knowledge is present to be acknowledged. Second, evaluate the reflection of the readers or respondents' knowledge and the process of the information provided. Third, explore the respondents or readers investigate the phenomenon. There are ideas created and the knowledge of our respondents or readers is challenged. Fourth, elaborate the respondents or readers' knowledge is applied in new situations. And there is furthermore extended details that depends their knowledge. Fifth, to explain the respondent states their understanding of the phenomenon and it is sure that there is new knowledge applied on the topic. ROTC implementation. The 5 E's are only applied from the interaction from the respondents and researchers. The approach provided from this research is typically a step from the topic of data gathering procedure. Data gathering procedure. The researcher requested by the respondents to answer with all honesty. The respondents' value to the study is explained by the researcher. In order for the respondents to fully understand their role as the study subject, the researcher provided certain terminology to them. The researcher urged two respondents and answer honestly. Research instrument. Research Survey research is defined as the collection of information from a sample of individuals through their responses to questions. This type of research allows for a variety of methods to recruit participants, collect data, and utilize various methods of instrumentation. Survey research can use quantitative research strategies. Example given: using questionnaires with numerically rated items. Qualitative research strategies. Example given: using open and ended questions. Or bot strategies. Mixed methods. The purpose of a questionnaire is to collect information from respondents about their attitudes, experiences, and views. And below are the two research instruments we use in our study. Questionnaire on perceptions on ROTC, implementation among senior high school students in Iawan National High School. And this is our Likert scale. So number 5 is strongly agree, number 4 agree, number 3 is undecided, number 2 is disagree, and number 1 is strongly disagree. And this is our validation. Statistical treatment. After the instruments were distributed, retrieved, and tabulated, it will be subjected to the following statistical procedures of descriptive statistics, percentage, and measures of central tendencies, mean, median, and mode. The researchers will use the following statistical treatment to process the data. And this is our formula. Percentage F slash N times 100%, where F is frequency and N is population. And this is our example. Ethical consideration. The study will make use of the ethical standards established by Bryman and Bell 2007. The participants in this study won't experience any harm as a consequence of their participating. The Inayawan National High School students, teachers, participants too will provide their informed consent prior to the study. Therefore, the participants' privacy will be protected. The responders' voluntary involvement in the study will be given great consideration. Furthermore, if participants choose to, individuals are free to withdraw from the study at any time. The data will be handled with an appropriate level of confidentiality. Information that would be incorrect in any And that's all. Thank you for listening.